Just look up, turn off the shitbox news.
Hi everyone, this is Charged, and today we're going to talk about the new Netflix film, Don't Look Up. This film was written by David Sirota and Adam McKay, who also directs this film. Adam McKay is an American director, producer, and screenwriter. You may know him for some of the more popular Will Ferrell comedies he directed in the 2000s, including Anchorman, Talladega Nights, and Step Brothers. In 2015, he pivoted away from making wacky comedies to more serious films like The Big Short, a solid film with some comedic undertones about the 2008 financial crisis. He also directed the 2018 film Vice, which I reviewed on this channel. I did not like that film as much, but I was looking forward to watching Don't Look Up. It boasts a super talented cast, and based on the trailer, it seemed like it might have a appropriate message for the times we're living in. Don't Look Up follows an astronomy professor and student played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. After they discover a comet hurling towards the Earth, they try to warn the media, high-ranking officials, and other people about the Earth's imminent destruction, which no one seems to care about. So if it's not already obvious, this story is very clearly a metaphor for the existential threat that is climate change and how inaction will ultimately lead to the destruction of Earth. This film could also easily serve as a commentary on the US's response to COVID-19 or lack thereof. The film can feel pretty maddening as the main characters try to tell the world about its impending doom, only for the message to be drowned out by meaningless celebrity news. When the president, or Lady Trump, played by Meryl Streep, is informed about this crisis, she's too worried about how it's going to affect her in the polls and her controversial Supreme Court nominee to do anything about it. The main characters appear as guests on the morning show equivalent to talk about the incoming comet to raise awareness. And yet the hosts, played by Cate Blanchett and Tyler Perry, don't seem to understand the severity of the situation, encouraging our main characters to keep it light and fun. Yay, human extinction! Even after the president, the media, and the people finally listen to what the main characters have to say, the issue then becomes politicized and totally warped by conspiracy theorists and alt-right Twitter contrarians. Social media explodes with cringy memes about Jennifer Lawrence's character and Leonardo DiCaprio, who's memed as an elf, an astronomer I'd love to fornicate with. On top of all of this, there's a powerful and greedy tech entrepreneur played by a very funny Rylance, who's less concerned with destroying the comet and more focused on mining it for resources to elevate his own brand. Rylance is my favorite character. He really nails the tech billionaire persona. He speaks a little funny like Elon Musk does, and he's also a total narcissist. Don't Look Up is made of many other different pieces that capture the cultural zeitgeist happening today around different societal issues. It's kind of enjoyable to see the film poke fun at these different targets. I just wish there weren't so many. Don't Look Up is very broad in its approach and doesn't say much outside of humans are too stupid to properly address an existential crisis. Regardless of how much the doomer in me agrees with that message, it still doesn't make for the most effective satire. It's just kind of cynical. I can sympathize with most of Adam McKay's views in this film, especially the whole idea of how as humans we should be able to agree on very fundamental facts. The thing is, Adam McKay is just preaching to the choir, or me, in a way that just makes him come off as another elitist Hollywood liberal, which doesn't accomplish much. It's not exactly subtle in its approach either, which is to be expected since this is Adam McKay, who likes to beat you over the head until your skull is caved in. Don't Look Up has the same boisterous filmmaking approach that Vice and The Big Short did, with jittery editing, jump cuts galore, freeze frames, abruptly cutting out of scenes, chaotically cross-cutting between two different actions or moments in time. The cinematography is also a little loose like the editing. The focus goes in and out on some shots, which I didn't really care for. There are other shots that are a little soft or entirely out of focus altogether. And of course, there's also montages of random things like animals, people, cities, and other current event related stock footage that's spliced in between certain scenes. The abrasive editing is more toned down and more digestible in Don't Look Up than it was in Vice, but it still can be kind of annoying. I wish they would have spent more time editing scenes down, like when Ariana Grande gets back together with Kid Cudi on the morning show. It's not a very funny scene and quickly overstays its welcome. There is another scene with Ariana Grande and Kid Cudi that is a little bit funnier, where they perform a song at an activist event that's meant to spread awareness about the incoming comet. The song is really well produced. Ariana Grande sounds amazing on it, and it's even kind of funny with lines like, "Get your head out of your ass and listen to the goddamn goddamn qualified scientists. Really like the song, I've been jamming out to it, but this scene is still too long and overstays its welcome. There's another post-credit scene that should have just been taken out altogether because of how terrible it looks and how unfunny it is. It just feels so out of place. One thing I did want to quickly highlight is a few notable characters and performances. Leo is very good as this anxious astronomer that turns into a Dr. Fauci-like character who straddles this line between trying to appease everyone politically while still trying to help the world deal with this comet. I've never seen Leo in a role like this, and I think he does a good job with it. I also thought Jennifer Lawrence was good. I think she does the best she can with a character who's not written very well. I love it when she complains about how a general charged her $20 for free snacks at the White House. It's a running joke that she brings up randomly throughout the film as she gets agitated. I also like Timothee Chalamet, who plays this charming, religious skater punk who befriends Jennifer Lawrence. This is much different than anything I've seen him do before. His character is religious in a way that doesn't impose his belief system onto others. It's more of a personal plea to a higher power for courage and love. There's a super random scene towards the end of the film where Chris Evans shows up in a funny cameo appearance as an actor doing an interview about his new action film, Total Devastation. There's a poster in the background with the comet smashing through the center of the earth. And then in the background of the poster, there's this guy holding a submachine gun. I can't remember everything he says, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure he talks about how we should be able to make films about touchy topics. The scene is mostly funny because of Chris Evans and his performance. He looks like a biker and speaks in this deep, manly voice. It sounded very similar to the voice he used in that scene from Scott Pilgrim.
Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
League of Evil Exes?
You really don't know about the League?
Now, not all the performances are great. Jonah Hill is really annoying. He's the chief of staff and also the son of Meryl Streep's character. Another nod to the Trump administration that's not that funny. There is one scene where he makes a prayer for dope stuff that I laughed at. Besides that, this is probably one of the most annoying roles he's ever been in. Don't Look Up is the type of film that's very aware of what's happening in American culture today. It can be very funny at times, but it can also be kind of obnoxious. Like I've said already, I agree with a lot of the points Adam McKay makes, but I didn't come away with any new or insightful social criticism, which is what a satire like this film is supposed to do. I'm going to give Don't Look Up a 2.5 out of 5. While I'm here, I'm also going to give an updated score for Vice. I didn't really know how I felt about that film at the time that I reviewed it, but now that I've watched this new film, I've kind of gained a new perspective on it. I'm going to give Vice a 2 out of 5. It's not a 3. Sorry. But thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Be sure to leave your thoughts on Don't Look Up in the comment section below. Feel free to leave a recommendation on a film, TV show, or subject that I should discuss next while you're down there. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like the video, and do all the things to make YouTube like me. Thanks again, everyone. This is Charged. I will see you in the next review. Stay warm, take it easy, and good luck shopping. I will see you next time. Bye.